Hey guys, welcome to the Fireball Mullet channel. In today's video, I mentioned when I was installing the LSX concepts that I was going to do the ATI super damper install and also installing the pin kit in a separate video. And that's what this video is. And without further ado, we're going to get right to it and we're going to change it up, put that super damper on, and then we can put that dedicated lower pulley on, and we'll be all set. All right guys, I wanted to kind of give you a little bit of overview here of the ATI super damper pin kit. Now this is a little different than the pin I had in it before, which went in to the crank. This one is actually perpendicular to the crank. So, if you got the crank here, you basically are going to have the pin coming out this way. And then the balancer's got a little keyway, and this sits in that keyway. So that's the difference there. And then you can do two of these. I only did one. So this is the other pin. So let's take a look at the parts that we have here. The first thing that we have at the heart of it is going to be, this is basically going to slip over your crank here. It's going to slip over it this way to kind of seal it going into your front seal there. So that's going to slip in there, okay? And that's really for the purpose of, you want to lock it in when you're kind of drilling this. So after you kind of slip that on, we'll go ahead. Now there's two dowels here. One is a small one and one is a large one. You want to start with the smaller dowel first, which is this guy right here. You just want to slip that in there like so. And you can see you want to basically turn it this way because your set screw is basically the next piece, and that's just going to go in here like so. Okay, tighten that down, and then you'll want to put your old crank bolt, not your ARP bolt, because we're going to be drilling through this. Now on mine, you'll see what I did. For some reason, this went on very difficult, and I'm not sure it's because maybe the original pin area, maybe it was raised on the edge or something. I'm not sure, but you can see here there's some teeth marks where I had to kind of take a pipe wrench and kind of work this off of the crank a little bit. You won't have to do that. Normally these slip on and off pretty easy on the LS cranks, so I'm not sure what the deal is with mine. So you'll want to put the bolt in, and you want to use an older bolt, like the stock bolt or something like that, something that you're not going to be using there to kind of keep that on, because you will be drilling through it. So that's kind of the next two pieces here. Got a drill bit, self-explanatory, and you've got a reamer. So the first step is taking that drill bit, and you want to go through that hole there. Actually, this isn't the drill bit. I think I got these mixed up. But anyway, you get the point. A drill bit is a drill bit. So that is actually where you go in and you drill it all the way through. Then you want to take out that set screw and basically put in your other dowel. All right, put in the other dowel here. This is the larger dowel here. So you put that in there. And again, just kind of line it up to the set screw. Put the set screw in. Like so. Go. You get the point. Then you take your reamer. Now the instructions say to basically go in and out one pass real slow. Okay, so you don't want to do it fast and you don't want to keep reaming it out. You basically want to go in and out real slow. And then that's it, guys. I mean, that's really all it is to it. Now for me, I did that one pass on there. It took me about 40 minutes to kind of really drive that pin in. So I don't know, maybe if I should have made sure I reamed it out a little bit more wet, but you want it to be tighter than you do looser, because if you do it too loose on the reamer, then your pin's going to move around and it's really not going to do you much good. So I kind of went on the conservative side and just did like it said, just do one pass and just tap, 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 and a lot of taps. But you know, it's kind of close to the timing cover, which kind of sits right here. So it's a little harder to get to when you're kind of tapping that pin in right there. But for the most part, that's really all you have to do. So it's pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and show you how that works. But before we do that, consider subscribing to the channel. Help me grow the channel and help build a community together.
All right, so I went ahead, inserted that onto the crank, and it's kind of taking you in here. That's kind of the setup there. We'll be drilling through the crank. We'll drill through it all the way through the center bore, and then actually I need to put the bolt in to kind of make sure this thing doesn't move. So we're going to use the old bolt because we're actually going to be drilling through the center of the bore here. So it's probably, don't use your ARP bolt for that. So we're gonna drill all the way through, and then I've seen some guys, they kind of measure it where they don't drill all the way through the bore. But in our case, we're gonna drill all the way through it, and then we're just gonna tap it in until we get the right height in terms of the spec. Let's see what we got here. Take your time. We'll go ahead and drill the crank. So we drilled through it. I'm gonna go ahead and just now you can go ahead and just ream it one time. So normally you would have the bolt holding this on there, but for some reason I had to tap this on there. It just didn't go on the crank that easy, and I don't know if it's because I previously pinned it from the edge. Maybe the edge is kind of keeping this from sliding on better. This is not going anywhere, but normally you would run your bolt through it. And actually, I should have done that anyway. Here, just to make sure we get no shavings in the crank, I guess. But so anyway, that's kind of the procedure there. It was pretty easy, knock on wood. This is the reamer. You got to put the other dowel in that's bigger. Forgot to do that. Here. I'll put a little bit of cutting oil on it. We're going to do the reamer, we're going to go in and out basically. All right, got that through. Now we're just going to be putting the pin in to that hole, and we're basically going to just tap it in where it's just barely above, and then we're going to measure it little by little and make sure the specs are there. So that's how that's going to go. We'll tap that in. And we'll go ahead and measure it. Make sure that it clears. The idea is it's going to be in this key. It's going to be in this keyway right here. So they have a certain spec here. I'll look at the instructions on what that is. That way this will just slide in and it's keyed. So for supercharged and circle track applications, it's required. They say NA, not really, but hey, why not? This is actually really easy. It's more scary than it is, but yeah, it's not really that bad. So let's go ahead and tap it in. All right, it says to go 0.093 of an inch. So that's what we got measured. And so that's how much the pin's got to be sticking out. So we'll go ahead and tap, tap, tap and get it to that depth. Tap it in, get to that 0.093. It's tight, which I like to see. I think I reamed it out perfect. I'd rather be a little more tight than too loose, and that's kind of, you can mess up if you ream it too much. Alright guys, I'm going to take you in here and show you the finished pin install, and it took quite a while, but I went ahead, it doesn't stick out much here, so just turn your caliper over, and just the way I did it was I start from the back of the pin and just see if it slips over that pin to kind of measure it. Here we go. So that's 0.093, which is spec. So I'm gonna go with that. That's what they call for. And that's the best my Amazon calipers will measure. So there is that. And we're ready to install the ATI super damper here now. All right, one of the other things we're gonna be doing, assembling this to the hub. And one of the things to note here, this is a 3-piece, including maybe a blower hub, or in your case, if you're not running a blower, maybe you have an accessory or AC that goes on top of it. In my case, it's going to be the blower. Again, this is a 2-piece here. And you'll notice there's a dot there. You want to line that up to the indicator on the hub. So once you line those two up, then you're going to have it clocked correctly on the hub. So that's kind of that there. So we'll go ahead, do that, install these. In some cases you have to kind of walk this down over the hub. I think mine just fits straight down on it, so we're good there. So we'll go ahead, put these on, torque them, and then I don't know if I'm going to put that on now or after I press the balancer on to the crank. I'm not sure yet, so we'll figure that out. Oh, one thing that I really wanted to point out to you guys is this is actually a Torx Plus. If you look at the instructions, it's a little bit different than just a regular Torx. It has a little bit more meat, and so it's the Torx Plus T40 that you're going to want to use there. So that's what's going to be used on these. So you may get away with the regular Torx bit, but I would just suggest go ahead, pick you up a Torx Plus the 40 size, and you should be good to go. All right, went ahead, put some blue 242, I think it is, Loctite on it. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem as I torque it, so we'll figure that out. But anyway, we'll go ahead, torque these to 16 foot-pounds. Oh, I wanted to show you in the instructions, just to show you I'm not lying. That's what you need right there, a Torx 40 plus bit, okay? So, blue 242. All right, you get the instructions. I don't have to read. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna slide this ATI super damper on. It does say put some anti-seize on it, so we went ahead and did that on the inside. Again, that's the keyway where the pin that I just installed goes over it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this started and go ahead and install it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. I just kind of got it setting up there. And this is the install tool. I'm gonna do it with a stock bolt because you're gonna need to have a longer bolt so you catch enough threads. So you just kind of, all right, we're gonna go ahead, put our ARP bolt on. We got our super lube in there, whatever they call it, ARP lube grease. And we'll torque it to 235, I think is I think we torque it to 235 on the specs, and that's it. It's really not that bad. Just take your time. Pinning it really, that crank, I guess because, you know, you really only go in once and out with the reamer. The idea is it's really tight. You don't want that pin to move. So it takes a little bit of tapping because it's so close to that timing cover, the front engine cover there. You know, I would say just rotate the engine somewhere where you can get to it good. That would be my only recommendation there. But yeah, that's on. I got the ARP bolt on, got it torqued to 235. It looks like that's all lined up. Right. Line these two up right there. Yeah, and you can see there, that looks lined up. So I think we're in pretty good shape there, guys.
All right, guys, so just like that, it's on. Anyway, yeah, we took that install, which took me a little while to do, down to about a 15-minute video, guys. So thanks for hanging out with me. That's today's video. Again, hit that subscribe, hit that bell so you know when these things drop. We'll see you on the next one.